Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 13th, and it's 8:30 in the morning. And I'm out for another ride this morning. My wife and I are heading up to Pennsylvania late this morning, so this will be my last ride until we get back down here, which will be next Saturday. I'm starting this ride at the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and Beach Drive. And I'm overlooking the entrance to the Delaware Bay at that point. And I'm going to take a ride over to Cape May and maybe ride around Cape May a little bit and then ride back. And then by that point in time, my wife should be ready to head up. So I thought on this ride I would talk a little bit about the comments that one of the respondents to my previous video by the name of John Brown commented about a preference for Cape May over North Cape May, and I want to talk a little bit more about that because I don't want to leave any ambiguity about what my personal preferences would be. So with that, let me start this ride. It is, looks like it's going to be a beautiful day down here today. It's 81 degrees right now, and it's 8:30 in the morning. The humidity is high. It's at 83% humidity, so it's already feels muggy. So in my last video, riding around North Cape May, an individual by the name of John Brown responded to that video and pointing out that his personal preference would be Cape May over North Cape May. And I want to talk a little more about what my thoughts are. I talked about this years ago when I started making these videos. But in a nutshell, I agree wholeheartedly that I personally like Cape May more than North Cape May. But Cape May is simply not an option for me. It's just not within my reach financially. I could not afford to buy a home over in Cape May. So much as I love Cape May, and that's the focus of 90% of the videos I put up on here, I just couldn't afford to buy a home over there. I've mentioned on videos that North Cape May is a 5 or 6 minute ride over into Cape May, and I would much prefer a 5 or 6 minute walk than a 5 or 6 minute ride. But it's not even within the realm of possibility for me to purchase a home over there. So I was left with looking at alternatives, and generally speaking, the categories of home prices down here are that if you own a home that is a waterfront view, whether that's over in Cape May or North Cape May, a property with a clear view of the water would command the highest price. Once you're off of beach block, then I think properties that are within walking distance to the beach in Cape May would be the next sort of tier of pricing. And any home within walking distance of the beach in Cape May would also be in walking distance of the Washington Street Mall. So those homes would command a very high price as well. After that, you're looking at homes that are not within walking distance, where you have to get in a car to drive to the beach or to drive to the Washington Street Mall, but that are on the island, that are on Cape Island. Those homes are the reaches of West Cape May, and some in Lower Township as soon as you cross the West Cape May Canal Bridge, which I will do in a few moments. And then the next category is when you're off the island, which is what North Cape May is. And the villas, they are not on Cape Island. So the same size home, the same amount of real estate would be much more affordable off the island. Now, my view is if you're going to have to get in the car to go to the beach anyway, my view is to just, buy over off the island and get a much better home for the dollar than you would get for the same price over in on the island, simply by virtue of the fact that you're off the island. You're still going to have to get in the car to go to the beach, whether you're living North Cape May or right over this bridge. It's too far to walk, for most people, to walk comfortably to the beach from over here. So those are sort of the categories of home prices. And Cape May has all the amenities that really creates value for all these neighboring communities. For sure, the best restaurants are in Cape May. It has the widest variety of restaurants in Cape May. The best shopping is in Cape May. The Atlantic Ocean and the beach is very nice. It's not as large as Wildwood's Beach, which can be too large. I mean, you could have, I guess, close to a mile walk to get from the boardwalk to the water. The beach is so big. Excuse me. In fact, several years ago, Lower Township Council was studying changing the name of Lower Township to Cape May Township to leverage off the brand name of Cape May. So a lot of these communities that are outside of the city limits of Cape May derive their value from Cape May, and as John said in his comments, there's much more activity here. There's more people, more activities, more things going on, and hence higher prices. And I absolutely agree with him. But when you can't afford it, it becomes a moot point, I guess. Now, having said that, buying in Cape May city proper would be a moot point for me because of economic constraints. There are certain benefits, I guess, and maybe this is just someone looking to find, positives about satisficing the purchase of a second home and being in North Cape May as opposed to the city of Cape May. Number one, and these are in no particular order of importance, but number one, in North Cape May, you have a much greater percentage of the people living there are full-time year-round residents. And to the extent that they are not full-time year-round residents, many of them are homeowners where the home in North Cape May is a second home and they do not rent it. So no one on my street, as an example, rents their home. They either live there full-time year-round or it's a second home and they use it the same way my wife and I do. And I think there's a certain comfort that comes from living on a street and in a community where you really get to know your neighbors and they look out for you and you look out for them. In Cape May, because it is such a desirable tourist place, many homes here are rented out. So, during the course of the summer and the season, you would have people moving in and moving out on a weekly basis for these weekly rentals. And as a result, you could have neighbors that you really never get to know. If we're up in Pennsylvania and a storm comes through down here, without even asking, we get calls from our neighbors, even if it's just to tell us not to worry, that the storm didn't do any damage, or no trees are down, no limbs are down, the home is fine. Or if there is a damage to the home, like there was a few years ago, storm came through and blew a piece of siding off, we get a call informing us of that. So that kind of environment, I don't think would be the case over in Cape May. And I, for one, value that and enjoy that. So that's one aspect that is attractive about some of the communities, including North Cape May, that are not in the city proper. Another one would be parking. In the summer down here in Cape May, you can really have a very difficult time finding parking. Now you could say, well, if you owned a home here, you wouldn't need parking. You park your car and walk to everything, and that's true, but you're going to have visitors, you're going to have guests, and if you can't afford one of the homes where you can walk to a restaurant or walk to the Washington Street Mall, you're going to be left looking for parking, and it is very challenging in the summertime. So if I stay over in North Cape May and I dine over there, I don't deal with any of the parking. So I don't have those headaches, and I can still come over here in the shoulder season, where now it's not even 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can see there's not a lot of traffic here now. But I guess the opposite side of the coin of being in the mix, as John said, with lots of people, is that congestion also carries some negatives. And you don't get those negatives over in North Cape May. But there's no doubt there's a reason why, 90% of my videos are riding around Cape May, is because I too like Cape May the most, and would prefer, if I could afford to do so, to live here. West Cape May is a community that is not in Cape May City proper, but is also out of my price range, as is Cape May Point. I love Cape May Point, down by the lighthouse and the sunken concrete ship, Sunset Beach. I think that's a beautiful community, and if I could afford to, I would have purchased a home there. West Cape May is another community that I think is my wife's favorite. But again, price is just such that it was not an option for us. And I think that North Cape May is actually a community that is coming on strong in terms of the improvements that people are making to their homes, and businesses are coming into there. You have the Delaware Bay, which is an underappreciated natural resource. My daughter and son-in-law really enjoy going down to the bay with the kids to swim. It doesn't have the waves that the Atlantic Ocean has, but that's one of the reasons that they love going down there so much. They don't have to worry as much about the kids. So I'm at the corner of Our Lady Star of the Sea Catholic Church. You can see very, very little activity on the mall. My wife and I were over here last night, and the mall was absolutely jam-packed. In fact, I considered taking out my iPhone and recording walking down the mall to show how packed it was, which was nice, but didn't do it. So we're heading up to Pennsylvania later this morning, and have some obligations to take care of this week, and expect to come back down here either Saturday night or Sunday. So I'm on Jackson Street and just stopping to show them all both directions. That the next block down is Decatur, but that's still blocked off the traffic for Ugly Mug and Finn's. Some of these homes are just, really, really appealing to me. An example would be this home. I think that's a beautiful home. I would love to own that home. Or that, or really any of these homes. And these are the Seven Sisters. I pointed them out before. These are actually the rear of these homes. It doesn't look like it, but the front of these homes is, right here. These are the Seven Sisters. These are the rear of the homes. And I'll go into the Atlantic Terrace and show you the front of them. I did this once before. And this is the Seven Sisters. You can see three homes, the green, the blue, and the beige, and then the pink and the dark blue, and these two right here. So, people talk about the Seven Sisters. This is it. And I would love to own one of those homes. This is a one-way street. So I think that is it. I'm gonna pull over and stop stop this video up ahead. I just want to show them all from Perry Street. There's Congress Hall. So yeah, I definitely agree. I would prefer Cape May as well, but I do get a lot of enjoyment and appreciate my home in North Cape May. So this is the mall at just before 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, July 13th. I don't think any of the stores are even open yet. Okay, so that's it for this ride. I will post this and maybe take a ride down to Cape May Point. Thanks for watching.